Before we dive into these ETFs, I did want to lay out the strict requirements each of them had to meet to make this list. I had 5 key requirements. No leveraged ETFs. I only wanted ETFs with straightforward, non-leveraged exposure. We want ETFs that mirror the volatility of VOO and the S&P 500, and leveraged ETFs are many times off the charts when it comes to risk. There are some leveraged ETFs with betas around 4, meaning they are 4 times as volatile as the market. And that's not for us, and honestly, not for 99% of the investors out there. Imagine you're on a roller coaster. First you're soaring up, your portfolio is green, life is good. You start making plans to retire early, then bam, a sharp drop, and suddenly you're Googling best side hustles for people who made terrible investment decisions. That's what leveraged ETFs feel like. Second, to keep risk in check, each ETF needed a beta of 1.1 or less, meaning they move almost identically to VOO in terms of volatility. Third, each ETF needed to have at least $1 billion in assets, because let's be honest, if an ETF can't even scrape together $1 billion, it probably shouldn't be babysitting your retirement fund. Fourth, an expense ratio of 0.20% or less. We want to be as cost effective as possible. And finally, the most important requirement, the ETF needed to outperform VOO and the S&P 500 over the last year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. Finding ETFs that meet all these criteria was a little difficult, but after completing the research, 6 met that criteria.